Okay, not the typical video today. People just don't know what to choose when it comes to the who, what, when, where, why of choosing a kitchen knife. And that is exactly why I'm all the way in San Francisco right now. I'm in my Airbnb. You know, I wouldn't travel out here for nothing. We're here to visit one of the greatest knife shops in the United States of America, in my humble opinion. So yeah, you know, no big deal. We're out of the motherfucking cabinet now.
Came through dripping Aquafina, I'm sipping 15, kept a weapon on me. Blow make bitches, I'm on my business, stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us, red run when I tell a bit peace.
So I'm not here to visit the plethora of Michelin restaurants or the amazing weather that makes you cry because you don't need air conditioning. Instead, I came to meet with Josh Donald of Bernal Cutlery to help me show you how to choose the perfect kitchen knife.
Knife skills are always the most important thing when it comes to using knives.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to use a knife, then it doesn't matter how much money you spend on it. Go, you're good, you're good. You're good, no, you're good, you're good, you're good. Wait, let's get a quick audio sample. The number one question that I get all the time is, what kind of knife should I get? Number one thing, if you're gonna do that, is look for a chef knife that's at least like 8 to 10 inches. Because at the end of the day, that can do just about everything you need it to do, even small tasks.
and I think too with budgeting, with buying your knives, you know, don't buy a set. You know, start with the knife you're gonna use the most and then fill out from there.
They have all these really random knives, like your avocado knife, your garlic knife. It would be much better to me to then take that money and just get a really good chef knife. And having that extra length is, even if you don't need it, you can actually use the blade for other things too. It doesn't have to just be, and it doesn't even actually have to even be the sharp part of the blade. You can use the flat end to smash a piece of garlic.
More Japanese ones.
To interrupt, very important announcement. So many of you guys have requested the B-roll song to be released, but we never had a full version to begin with. That is until now. You see, the B-roll song was given to me as a gift by my buddy Sam, aka Prince Fox, but we decided to go ahead and release a full version. And the link for that will be in the description. We decided to create an actual music group that will be regularly releasing music for you to listen to while you're cooking or doing whatever you do. Anyway, I won't hold you any longer. If you wanted to have a 2-knife setup, to me, that's the perfect combo right there, which is a chef knife, which is about 210 or 240 millimeters, 8 to 10 inches roughly, and then a petty, which is not quite a paring knife, not quite a chef knife, but it's just like that sweet spot in between.
Yeah.
To me.
I got a chance to go look at like old sales records in Europe when I was researching my book. Knives that were going to professionals, the biggest sellers were 10-inch chef's knives and 6-inch utility knives. Those are the 2 knives too that kind of became the big kit for doing a la carte cooking.
If you want a set, that's really all you're ever going to need. You're ready, you're committed, you feel like you know what kind of knife you need to get, but now we're gonna enter the next
layer of hell.
What steel type do you need? Does steel type matter? Should you be caring about that? It comes down to what you're doing and how much time do you want to commit to your knife.
So 40 years ago, Julia Childs would have told you to get a carbon steel knife because it sharpened easier, it cut longer. It's changed a little bit. There are a lot of better stainless steels out these days. If you can look after cast iron cookware, I think you can look after carbon steel, but it will interact with some ingredients. Real base or real acid product that we're working with, especially the real base stuff.
Like
red
what?
cabbage, artichokes, red onions, cut an onion, you're starting to get brown corners on your cuts. You know, the carbon versus stainless, like these French ones. Our stainless steel is gonna be easier to look after. Our carbon steel is gonna be a little tougher and it will be a little easier to sharpen and hold its edge a little better. You gotta be a little more diligent about how you're using it. Boneless meats, vegetables, especially with this guy. I say vegetables.
I want to start saying vegetables now. If you don't want to spend the time to take care of your knife, to me, you shouldn't get a carbon steel knife. Just don't even think about it. What's that pattern called? Kurochi?
Yes.
Wow, I got that right. What does that win? It wins a free gift card for you to subscribe. Thank you. But there's one thing that I think is very, very commonly overlooked, and that is the handle type. You don't find it comfortable in your hand, it's going to affect you over time. Not only is it probably not healthy for your hand, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
So this is often referred to as a Western handle, and then these are the Japanese style handles, octagonal. This is going to be ambidextrous. Has lots of little ridges to kind of engage with your fingers. I love this handle also. I think that it's less slippery if it's wet and greasy especially. And then this would be what's sometimes referred to as a D-shaped handle or shinogi handle. It has this one line and it's kind of right biased. So on a right-hander, it's going to kind of fit in the crook of your fingers right here. Some lefties hate these, some love them, but for lefties, know ahead of time if it's decent.
So that's essentially the gist of it. While I was there, I went ahead and took advantage of the moment and got myself a new knife. Not a flex, but also a flex. I hope you guys got something decent out of this. There was a lot of footage to go through, and I had to cut a lot of stuff, but I really wanted this to be sort of a basic guide on just the essentials of what you need to know to pick a knife. The link for Bernal Cutlery will be in the description and all that. But really quick, I just want to do a snippet from Josh, the other Josh, that is.
Well, I run Bernal Cutlery with my wife Kelly. Some days I'm sharpening all day. That's a lucky day. I found a pocket knife when I was 5, and it was just the most amazing, potent little thing ever. Started the business though when my first child was a baby and needed a way to put some extra groceries in the fridge and pay a light bill or two, and thought, I like sharpening knives, so let's try this. Take the stroller around Bernal Heights with Charlie in it and pick up knives from people's homes and bring them home and sharpen them during his naps and at night, and then come back out and drop them off, and then it just kind of grew from there. Worked from home for a number of years. In 2010, got my first brick and mortar. Shared space is like a 90 square foot, about as big as the frame of this video probably. Finally had a chance to expand into a big spot. We're really proud of it. So we just opened a shop at 766 Valencia Street in San Francisco. If you're in the Bay Area, come visit, and also be sure to check out our little Oakland gem too. Culinary knife shop, sharpening service, focusing on Japanese culinary knives, but not exclusively limited to them. I'm Josh Donald, and I approve this message. I'm Josh Donald, and this is Bernal Cutlery.
So to me, this is a story about hustle and craftsmanship, something that I really like about Josh, and that's why I support their knife shop so much. Now, usually this is where I would put some B-roll, but I'm just gonna go ahead and end the video here because there's been plenty of B-roll throughout this entire video, so don't even get me started. But in relation to B-roll, please listen to this part, it's really important. Back in my apartment in Austin, Texas, I've been, very ferociously reminded of how wonderful the weather is in San Francisco and how not wonderful the weather is in Austin, Texas. So, yeah, that's nice, huh? My friend Sam, aka Prince Fox, we created essentially a music group on Spotify and all that jazz under the name of B-Roll Beats. You get the idea. We're doing it so that we can continuously produce B-roll music for you to listen to, lo-fi, chill, the good kind of stuff you can study to, and more importantly, cook to. Like I said, I got a ton of requests, comments, and DMs of people asking me about what song I use on the B-roll, and it's from Sam. It was a custom-made song. We never released it, and now we have released it, and we will be producing consistent music on there. So make sure to click the link below, and while you're down there, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. But anyway, if you enjoy this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.